know we're all dreaming about the perfect lawn. Now's the time to start planning because you can have a really good looking lawn, but you got to do some work. So we're back with Frank, and we're going to talk a little bit about what we can start doing now to make sure we're prepared.
I get tons of questions emailed to me about lawns. So some of the questions are ones that, it gets me concerned because sometimes people right away, they're like, is it early enough to put grass seed down? So a lot of the times people do it too early and they're just throwing money away. I just want to show you that the products that I have here, that's $200.
So everything around this little table.
Stuff that I have around this table right now, and there's another one in behind here too.
Yeah.
That if you want to go out there and you want to buy lawn products, there's so many different products out there. There's a solution for everything. But if you're putting them on at the wrong time of year, they're not going to work out for you. So grass seed needs a temperature of about 17 degrees, about 65 degrees Fahrenheit, ground temperature, for it to germinate. So how do you know that? As soon as we start to see things in our own actual gardens leaf out, then that's the time that you want to start putting grass seed down.
Got it. So now would be early for quite a few places across the continent.
There would be. But right now what we can do is we can prevent weeds from germinating. So right now in your lawn and on your lawn, there's your lawn, you're walking on it right now. You want to make sure
it's gorgeous?
It's gorgeous. You want to make sure it's firm underfoot, number one. You want to make sure it's firm underfoot. The reason for that, with those shoes you could actually aerate a bit. So you could actually walk in and that's all I think.
I'm just helping out.
That's good. Aeration's really important. The reason why you would want to poke holes in your lawn is for a nutrient to go down and to help out like that. But right now what we want to do is right in the lawn, any exposed soil, you'll have crabgrass seeds. So crabgrass is an annual weed that germinates by seed. So now what we can do is we can put something that's a weed suppressant. And what's a weed suppressant? Because
you don't want crabgrass.
You don't. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that those annual weed seeds don't germinate. And so what I'm going to use is this weed suppressant, and this is also, I want you to smell it.
It's not manure, is it, or something?
No.
It actually smells good.
Yeah.
Is it poo?
It's corn.
Okay.
So this is corn gluten.
They like to fool me on the show a lot. It's always poo.
It's always poo or bugs or something like that. I've done that to you before.
But that actually smells good. I love that machine. So you can do your
But this is corn gluten. Corn gluten is a weed suppressant. What it does is coat the weeds, seeds, and doesn't allow them to germinate. So if I do this right when the forsythia is about to bloom, the forsythia over here, if I see these around just starting to bloom, that's when I want to put corn gluten down. That's going to coat the weeds. However, if I then all of a sudden went and put grass seed down, I'm going to waste money. Because this will also coat that grass seed. Right? So I got to wait. If I put this down, we got to wait at least 6 weeks.
If we're not Frank Ferragine, how do we know this stuff? Timing is everything. We say timing's everything in the kitchen, but timing is everything because you don't want to waste money on this stuff. It's all
a recipe. Like when you think about a lawn, it's about a recipe, and a part of that recipe is overseeding, aerating. The reason why people are raking their lawns in spring too is they're actually pulling some thatch up, and thatch is that brown part that's helping out, so raking the lawn. But it's a recipe. So in the spring, what you want to do is prevent weeds from germinating. You want to rake debris away. You want to make sure the ground's firm underfoot, and you also want the main key thing is to put a fertilizer down. So we have a fertilizer over there. By putting a spring application of fertilizer down, and you want to wait till things are actively growing. A reminder: plants don't need food if they're not growing. So don't waste it. Don't waste it. So as soon as plants start to see in your garden grow and you start to see flush of leaves out, put your lawn food down. That lawn food will then give it immediate feeding to the lawn to make it thicker, stronger. And all of a sudden what happens is the lawn, becomes the bully. So the lawn becomes that aggressive plant that takes over and it keeps the weeds out. Good. And you know why we don't have a lawnmower here right now? Why? Because it's getting sharpened right now. So early season, people forget that it's really important to make sure the blades of a lawn are really sharp. It's like me taking a dull pair of Don't
scissors. You dare.
I got a pair of scissors here. It's like me taking a dull pair of scissors. No, but it would damage your hair. Yes. Right? It's the same thing. So where do you go? Where do you take your lawnmower to? So many small engine repair places. There's even some of the urban cities will have some knife sharpeners that come around in the truck still. Yes. But they also sharpen lawnmower blades.
Oh, that's good to know.
And you could replace your blades.
They still do that in my neighborhood. Yeah, the sharpening truck. Okay, cool. So it's all a recipe. You've got to think about timing.
First thing is make sure that you're putting a weed suppressant, like a corn gluten down. This is totally natural. So so you're all good. Grass seed, make sure your soil temperature is warm enough before you put grass seed down.
Yeah.
And the key is an early spring fertilizer.
Yes.
And then also remember, the first few cuts in the spring are going to be short. You're going to cut your grass at about an inch and a half.
Why do you do that?
Just because we want to open up a little bit more light to the root system.
Okay.
And then as the season goes, we raise the lawnmower up, so then we're cutting during the summer about 3 inches in height.
Okay.
Okay, because then what we do is we shade the roots off to protect it from the real hot summer sun.
Is there ever a time where you should just give up on doing a lawn?
Yes. Yeah. You know what? If your lawn is over 50% weeds, you're better off to start over. If you have a very small property and you don't like lawn care, then maybe you should tear that up and then put in a garden in that area. And there's even some room for artificial turf as well. You know, lawns is not for everybody, but lawns are. They purify the air. They're a great place for you to sit with your kids. And they're a great place to wrestle with your brother.
It really is a good place to wrestle with your brother, isn't it? Okay, I've got a few questions here as well that came in from viewers for you, Frankie. Is it too late to start your seeds indoors right now?
Not too late to start your seeds indoors right now. Some seeds you're a little bit late in putting them, so meaning peppers, that would be too late. Tomatoes, too late, but you could do lettuce, some of the, as well, you could start your beans or cucumbers, some of the warmer crops. Some of the things that you've already started, now is when you should be hardening them off. Bring them outside for a little bit, make them get used to the light levels and a little bit cooler temperatures, and then you can pop them in the garden.
Okay, so you can start bringing them out now?
You can, during the day.
During the day?
If it's a cold day, don't put them outdoors. On a warm day, put them out, and then bring them. It's a little bit of work.
It is.
It really is.
It's a little bit of feeling it out, right? And babying them a little bit.
Like Randy was feeling the food out the other day.
Like he was feeling the food out. That's exactly right. Okay, thank you so much for all of this, Frankie.